Hello and welcome to my CPSC 210 project. Now, this project is a game of blackjack. Now, before we get started, a quick disclaimer, I do not in any way condone gambling, right? I don't want you to watch my demonstration of my project and then go to a casino thinking you know all about blackjack now and potentially end up losing a lot of your money. No, that's not my goal. Basically, what I tried to do here is I wanted to try game design for my project, but given the fact that the schedule was so tight and also I had other obligations, I felt that a fully fledged game, something like Pokemon, would be out of my reach. So I decided to start with something simple, and that ended up being blackjack. So I'm just going to start by adding the results panel here. So you can see this results panel shows how many wins, draws, and losses we have so far. And it's 0 right now because we haven't actually played, but throughout the game, it'll keep updating. So let's start by hitting the play button. And you can't hear it because MacBooks won't let me record with my computer's internal audio, but there are sound effects. Anyway, this is so we have in our hand an ace and a 7. Now, the goal is to get as close to 21 as possible based on the value of your cards. Now, an ace can be worth 1 or 11 depending on our needs, right? If our hand is over 21, if we have an ace on hand, we can make it worth 1 instead of 11 and potentially give us a second chance and teach us to not push our luck. But anyway, so we have an 11 and a 7. Now that adds up to 18, which is close to 21, but because one of them is an ace, I'm going to push my luck a little bit here, see if we can get even closer. Okay, we would have bust. So we would have gone over 21 and lost automatically in what's called a bust, but because we had an ace on hand, we can change the value from 11 to 1. And so 1 plus 9 plus 7 equals 17. Now, I don't want to risk drawing another card that's greater than 4 and going over 21 and consequently losing automatically, so I'm going to stand. Now, when I hit stand, the dealer will take their turn, right? So the dealer's AI follows casino rules for dealers, right? So casino rules for dealers, they have 2 cards at the start, and they'll keep drawing cards until their hand is worth at least 17, at which point they stop, right? So I'm going to hit stand, and we drew, right? So the dealer had a 3 and a 6 on hand, which is worth 9. That's less than 17, so they decided to draw again. And they drew an 8, which adds up to 17, at which point they decided to stop, right? So their hand is worth 17, our hand is worth 17, and so we draw because the two values are equal. And you can see the results panel is updating. It just added 1 draw to the list. So I'm going to play again. Oh, a jack and an ace. So jack, queen, king are worth exactly 10. So we have 10 and this is worth 11. So exactly 21, right? Now, that's absolutely perfect. I don't want to change anything, so I'm going to stand. And the dealer has drawn a 3 again. And some hidden unknown card, so I'm going to stand. And look at that. A 3, a 5, which adds up to 8, so they drew again. And they drew 9, so that's 17, at which point they decided to stop again. But because we drew a 21, we win. And you can see we have a win. So I'm going to play again, and I'm going to show you how you don't play blackjack. So we have a 9 and a 6. So that's 15. And I'm going to hit, as expected. Okay, so we drew a 7. So 15 plus 7 equals 22. Now, we went over 21. Unfortunate. If it had been a 6, it would have been perfect. But we drew too many points, and so we bust, and the dealer automatically wins without having to draw any cards or even reveal them. And as you can see, we have one loss. That should hopefully teach you to not push your luck. But anyway, this has been my demonstration of my ComSci project. Now, this has been a fantastic course, and I hope to do something more complex in the future, hopefully a fully fledged game. But for now, that's all for me. Take care. Oh, and good luck on the final.